Attention, please. Out. Hello.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How is everybody? Say, John, do you happen to know what famous holiday is in the United States this week?
I think I know the answer actually. Is he very similar to Chuseok in Korea?
It is very similar. So, yeah, very good. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving, the American Thanksgiving today. So, this is a very famous symbol you'll see in grocery stores all over, the Pilgrim hat. So,
Today we're going to learn about some words about Thanksgiving Day. And second one, would you please read? We are knowing about differences or similarities between Korean Chuseok and American Chuseok. Thanksgiving Day. And the last word, will you read that? So we're going to write thank you card to be really thankful. Okay? Yeah. Okay, Tyson, would you please say more about Thanksgiving Day?
all right, so Thanksgiving happens once a year, just like in Korea. It's always on a Thursday. So unlike Chuseok, which goes by the moon, Thanksgiving is always on the fourth Thursday of November. It used to be the last Thursday, but now it's the fourth. Most Americans have the day off, and if you're a student like yourself, then you get the day before, which is Wednesday, and the day after, which is Friday, off of school. So you only go to school on Monday and Tuesday.
Okay.
So
You guys know what that means, day off? What does that mean? Rested, yeah, not working. That's just like Noriko, right? Holiday, right?
So my question to you guys is, what month is Thanksgiving celebrated? Who can tell me what month?
November, right?
November, right. And kind of one of the traditions that we have in the United States is that the president, in this case George W. Bush, there's a farm that gets picked every year. And the farmer gives a very big turkey to the president. And normally you would, unfortunately the turkey would be killed and you would eat the turkey. But the president, as a tradition, receives the turkey and then he does what we call pardons the turkey. So the turkey gets to live and he gets to go and live on a farm with other turkeys.
The pardon means letting them free, not killing. 살려두는 거야. 왜? Actually, president has to be generous. 맞잖아요. 그래서 살려두는 거야. Pardon means. Okay.
So the president basically looks like a nice guy, which, sometimes the president needs to look good because the press doesn't like him. So the first Thanksgiving happened in 1620. And we have the Pilgrims. And the Pilgrims were from England, and they left England because they wanted to practice their religion. And Pilgrims are really famous in the United States because they have these funny little hats, and we show them with a buckle on their shoes too. And basically, pretend that Korea said you can't practice being Buddhist or you can't be Christian. You have to go to another country or another land to celebrate or to practice your religion. And that's kind of what England did, is they said you can't be pilgrims in England. You have to go to the New World because there was no United States in 1620. The United States was 1776. So the Pilgrims came to America, not the United States of America, but America, to practice their religion. And the group that they are is Pilgrims.
Okay, Pilgrims left England. From England to where? America. Why? Why did they move? 왜 움직였을까? 왜 갔을까? Because of religion. Why? It's a new religion. 신종교니까. So they got persecuted by all the religious people. 무종교를 믿는 사람한테 persecuted, 박해당한 거야. 그래서 actually they moved from England to where? America. 사실은 in fact they were actually English people. 영국 사람들이. 알겠죠? 그죠?
Okay. So when they got to America, not the United States, but to America, there were 100 pilgrims in one boat called the Mayflower. And by the end of the year, half of them died. So you have roughly 40 students here. And if half of you died in 6 months, that would be a very small class, especially since you're new to this country. And so the next winter was coming, and there were only 50 pilgrims left. And so they knew they were in trouble. Luckily, they met some very friendly people. They were Native Americans. We used to call them Indians, but we don't anymore. But this is Massasoit. I'm not going to spell the name for you.
이름이요.
But the Massasoit and Squanto and a bunch of other Native Americans helped the pilgrims. And one of the main crops they had was corn. So they had a seed of corn. We'll pretend this is a seed of corn. And the Indians taught them how to grow their corn. So they would dig in the dirt. They would take a seed. They would put it in the dirt. Then they would take a fish. It doesn't look like a fish, but they took a fish. And they would place the fish on top of the seed. And then they would cover it up with dirt. And the seed would eat or use the fish to grow stronger and healthier. And so, because of that, the Native Americans showed them how to survive in the New World, which was America.
Native, what does that mean native? Native은 무슨 뜻이에요? 원래 주민들이에요, 맞아요. So actually, who helped pilgrims? Okay, when they came here first. Native Americans. 미국 원주민들이 pilgrims, 순례자들 도와준 거예요. 알겠죠? So they can eat, right?
Okay. So, because the Native Americans showed the pilgrims how to survive, they did so well that they had way too much food. They had a lot of food. Because remember, there's only 50 pilgrims left. So, the Native Americans and the pilgrims started harvesting all the different crops. And maybe you guys can help me. So, what do we have here in this picture? Anybody know?
Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. What is that?
Apple.
Apple.
What about this? Pumpkin. This is a tough one. Does anyone know what this one?
Oh, she knows that, I think.
Yeah. Broccoli? No, not broccoli. It's what we call squash. I think it's squash. I hope it's squash. I don't eat squash, so I don't know. What about this one? You guys should know this one. You guys have really... Watermelon. I don't really know if the pilgrims ate watermelon, but so the pilgrims were helped by the Native Americans. They had a huge harvest, and they were able to survive the next winter without any deaths.
Okay, harvest means getting hold of plants, vegetables, fruits from the farm. 수수하는 거예요, 맞죠? 우리도 하죠, 가을에. It's fall, right? And survive means until it we can survive. Means being alive. 살아남을 수 있었던. Okay.
Okay. So, my favorite thing about Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, yummy.
I love Thanksgiving dinner.
Got a picture of that.
And since they had so much food, and the Native Americans were the ones that helped them to survive the nasty winter, they decided to have a big party. And so they decided that the best way to thank the Native Americans is to have a huge dinner. So they invited the Native Americans to what eventually became the first Thanksgiving. And hopefully I can name all the stuff here. So, does anyone know what this is? Yeah. Go ahead. Turkey. Not chicken. It's a really big chicken.
Okay.
This one's a little tougher. Not soup. It's actually gravy. I don't like gravy, unfortunately. It's my parents. It's like the grease from the turkey when it cooks, and then they put flour and milk, and you make it. It's kind of. It supposedly tastes good, but I just like turkey.
I think it's more like a sticky soup.
And it's not really a soup. You put it on your potatoes. Well, my dad puts it on everything. But you put it on potatoes. You can put it on your turkey. Gravy.
Gravy? Okay.
So, and then we have. Does anyone know what this is?
Okay.
You don't know? Not salad. We'll get to salad. Beans. Yeah, beans. And how about this one? What is it? Not pumpkin pie. Yeah, potatoes. I think it's actually twice big potatoes. This one's going to be tough. Anybody know this one? Pasta? Not fruit. It's stuffing. Stuffing. What you do is you put, again, I don't like stuffing. I only like turkey. But you put the stuffing in the turkey, and then the turkey and the stuffing cook, and then you pull the stuffing out. So it has kind of a turkey taste to it. And then the last one, you guys should all know that. Steak. That is salad. It's salad. I think those are tomatoes. I like the way you're thinking. Steak is very good. Tomato, yeah. So most traditional American families always have a bird. We have the turkey. We have, well, it's a bird. It's a big bird, but it's a bird. And we have gravy. We have mashed potatoes in my family. We have the stuffing. We have cranberry sauce. My family does it a little different. There's only 4 of us. There's my brother, myself, and my parents. But my dad loves food. Well, he and I love food, because you can tell that I love food. So we have turkey, we have prime rib, we have lobster, we have crab, and my brother, who's vegan, so he doesn't eat meat, we have a tofurkey, which is tofu shaped like a turkey. So it's called a tofurkey. So my brother's a little weird. So anyway, this is how we celebrate Thanksgiving dinner. Did you already? So the other tradition that we have is we have in the first thing you do in the morning is you get up and you turn on the TV. And the first thing you see is a parade in New York called Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And you have all these floats. I mean, it takes like 2 hours. It's a huge parade. And so you've got these balloons, like we got Hello Kitty here, and SpongeBob. You guys know SpongeBob?
What is Macy's?
Macy's is a really, really large department store. If you've seen A Miracle on 34th Street, the Christmas movie, it takes place in Macy's, but it's like Sensei or Lotte or. But it's Macy's. Not like Home Plus. So the first thing that happens in Thanksgiving is we have this huge parade. I don't live very far away from my parents, so I watch the parade at home. Sometimes I go to my parents' house and watch the parade. But we watch the parade, and then I leave and go to my parents' house. I drive over to my parents' house.
Okay, let's find out what Tyson does on Thanksgiving Day, huh?
So my family, the way it works is we gather at my parents' house. We're very small. There are very few Maormans left in the world. And we watch the parade, and this is how you spell Macy's. So we watch the parade, and that ends like, I don't know, 10 or 11 in the morning. And if we're very lucky, the football game starts. So I watch American football for a little bit. But my dad loves to eat. And so do I. And so our dinner starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's really early, but the turkey is so good that 3 o'clock's fine.
What do you do before eating?
So before we eat, we grab each other's hands and we say a prayer. And my dad always tries to get me to say the prayer, but I always get I don't do it. I let Dad do it. And then we eat. And the nice thing about my family is my mom makes homemade rolls, and they are so good. So I have lots of turkey, lots of mashed potatoes, lots of rolls, a lot more turkey. And that's why I'm pregnant. That's why I have a baby. And then I watch more football, because we have two famous teams that always play on Thanksgiving. We have the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. And so I watch a lot of football and I eat a lot of turkey. And my parents, remember, there's only 4 of us in my family. And sometimes my mom invites friends, but there's only 4 of us. We have a 12-kilogram turkey. It's huge. It's like 26 pounds. Well, I don't know. I would love if it was that size. No, it's but we also have 4 dogs. So the dogs get steak, they get turkey, they get mashed potatoes. They get ice cream. My dad always gives the dogs ice cream. So that's the way my family celebrates Thanksgiving.
And we can say pray. Pray. What does that mean, pray? 행렬이요. We can say actually in Everland. Everland is has Bush used to be. We actually say, right? Marching band. There's a marching band, right? Ridiculous costume, right?
Right. And the thing about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is the last person to show up for the Macy's Day Parade.
Do you know who is the last person? Me.
No, it's not you.
What did I say?
Not the president. Good guess, though.
Oh,
He's more important than the president.
On December holiday, we can see him.
Santa Claus, yeah. Santa Claus is the very last person at the Macy's Day Parade. So, because the next day after Thanksgiving is the biggest shopping holiday. Everybody goes shopping the next day because they have the day off. So we have comparing and contrasting holidays. So raise your hand if you know what day we celebrate Chuseok on. Raise your hand. August 15th, or the 15th day of the lunar month. Nice job. How about Thanksgiving? When do we celebrate Thanksgiving? Yep.
The 4th day on November.
Which day?